How's it going, folks? Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel for another MMO news drop video, a good way to start the new week. Let's get straight into the news, beginning with Chronicles of Elyria. This upcoming MMORPG has officially started its pre-alpha testing on March 20th, and Soulbound Studios are ready to let backers get their hands on a playable demo of the game. However, it's probably not what you were expecting to test. The demo doesn't have combat or questing, but you will instead test out the traversal mechanics and parkour through its procedural dungeon system, like the game showed off in a recent livestream. So that's plenty of jumping around, climbing, and dive rolling through an obstacle course to expect in here. If you are a backer and have access to this, do note that the NDA is in place, so there's no sharing. Up next, Amazon's New World MMO has a new blog post out, and this one covers a type of open world content in PvE known as corrupted breaches. While you'll find the link to it down in the pinned comment, here's a quick summary for you. When players establish a settlement or fort in the world of Aeternum, the Corrupted, the main antagonist force on the island, takes notice. These corrupted breaches will begin popping up in your territory, making travel and resource gathering more difficult the longer the threat goes unaddressed. There will be plenty of mobs defending these breaches, like the Acolytes of Corruption, an eldritch-like foe that levitates and can traverse the battlefield quickly. Players must band together in what I assume is a form of open-world group content to wipe them out, but be aware that multiple types of breaches may appear, each bringing a different foe, scale, or threat to your territory. It all sounds pretty good on paper, and I can't wait to see it in action or play it for myself. Let's move on now. There's more news from ArenaNet and Guild Wars 2, who over the weekend shared their plans to incorporate legendary equipment into the game's build and gear template system. In a forum post, the studio states that this legendary armory, which is what it's going to be called, will now bind all legendary equipment on your account to the legendary armory, available for use by all the characters across your entire account at the same time, removing the need to swap legendaries between characters using the bank or shared inventory. It's a great quality of life feature, but there are some kinks to be ironed out, like how does that work for slotted runes and more. The devs are asking for feedback on this subject, so head on over to the post if you play Guild Wars 2 via the link below and share your input. Moving on, Sandbox isometric MMORPG Fractured will be opening the gates to another round of alpha tests this week, and backers are invited. Starting on Wednesday, the 26th of March, the Alpha 2 Test 2 will feature all the planned content that was announced back in December 2019, in addition to a bunch of new systems as well, incorporating the feedback received from last month when the game held an open test for everybody, including non-backers. The new feature list includes parties, guilds, land and home co-ownership, a new player experience to settle you in, a stealth system, new spells and abilities on top of a bank system, and UI improvements. Having played the first alpha myself, and you can watch what I think of the game in the video linked in the card above, and I'm looking forward to seeing the state of the game currently with the new changes, and I'll jump in for a report, so stay tuned. Space Sandbox MMO EVE Online has good news for its PvP players, as CCP Games has announced the Champions of Losac PvP event. Running from March 26th until the 31st, this is a 5-day carnival of carnage that wants nothing but bloodshed among capsuleers. Based on a 24-hour killing spree event held some 7 years ago. This time, it's back and it's longer, with more rules to determine the winning alliance or corporation. Rewards will be handed out at the end of the event period, and for the full list of details, check out the link down below. Some bad news now for any SKYFORGE players watching. My.Games has announced over the weekend that the 5th anniversary expansion for this free-to-play MMO, which was supposed to launch this week, has now been delayed. The reason for the pushback is due to the current virus pandemic, and the dev team are kind of scattered across regions and are working from home now, which is slowing down the polish process, which means more time is required. The new dates are set for April 8 on the PC and April 9 on consoles. In the meantime, players can enjoy 25% more credits and knowledge of enemies in-game, and you can also claim a free 30-day premium account boost from the My.Games marketplace to get some compensation. Onward we go to Ragnarok Online EU. 4Game has just launched its latest update for this classic Korean MMORPG, and it features a new level cap and advanced Transcendent classes for players who are far into the game. Additionally, there's 2 new dungeons included, the Ruins of Jumeros and the 3rd level of the Abysmal Biolaboratory. Now let's wrap up this news drop with a piece of mobile MMO news, and this one's about Aura Kingdom 2. You may remember the first Aura Kingdom, a PC cartoony theme park MMO that's seen many publishers and versions globally, and well, this mobile MMORPG is sort of a sequel, if you will. Anyway, its developers X Legend Entertainment, who are also responsible for similar games like Twin Saga, has announced that players can now pre-register for the game's early launch, and Aura Kingdom 2 officially goes live in April in the US, EU, Southeast Asia, and Korea. To pre-register, simply search the game up on the App Store or Google Play. That's all I've got for now, folks. If there's news for a game you play that isn't covered here in this video, you know what they say, sharing is caring. Hit the like button for more and subscribe to the channel. It's free and notifies you whenever there's a new video up. Have a good week, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching.